guys, I'm going to be talking about programming language. And programming language, I'm going to make at the end of this video, you guys going to understand why we use programming language. And we have many programming language, and I've talked about this before. And I'm also going to explain difference between compiler and interpreter, because many people they find it difficult to actually know difference between compiler and interpreter. So first of all, programming language is just the normal language that we use to communicate with computer. So this is the normal language. This is just the language. This is the language we use to communicate with computer. Communicate with computer, and that's programming language, because programming computer actually speak. We know that computer don't speak human language. It only understand machine language. So computer only understand machine language, and this machine language is 0 and 1. 0 and 1. This machine language it don't understand any other language apart from 0 and 1. So, and this kind of language is very difficult for a human to write in this language, because 0 1, you're gonna have to do a lot of calculation just to to tell him or to write this program. So because of that, we need to introduce what we call compiler, which is going to serve as translator that is going to translate whatever we write. So we introduce some other form of language that is kind of more closer to human language, which is easier for us to understand, because there's still some C languages. There's some commands in C, like int function, like include function, and include libraries, and so many other things like float, chart. You don't need to worry about that, but I'm just talking about some why we use C language, because it's closer to human. We know that int, we know that this is character, it's not numbers. And if I say include something, so we have idea of what I'm trying to say. Like include, we know that okay, we're trying to include something. This is closer to human, so that's why we prefer to talk in C language, because we're trying to make things easier for ourselves. And because of this, we're gonna write in this language. So this language we're gonna write in this human like language, and after we're gonna interpret we're gonna translate all of them into machine language. So we're gonna translate all of them into machine language, and that's the work of compiler. The reason why we call it compiler is because it takes every code you write, and it's going to translate all of them into machine language once. Let's say you're trying to do a task, you're trying to do 3 tasks. This 3 task is you're trying to calculate 2 times 2. You're trying to tell computer to calculate 2 times 2, and you want another task, 2 plus 2. So you're trying to give computer plenty jobs to do, and this one is 2 or 1 minus 3, 1 minus 3. So these are 3 different tasks you're giving computer, and computer doesn't understand all of this. It doesn't understand all of this. So because of this, we just need to write this in C language or any other form of any programming language. Sorry, we need to write this in programming language. So what compiler do? Compiler is going to take all of this, then it's going to translate all of this into machine language. It's going to translate all of them into machine language, which is now going to be executed by computer, because once this code is being translated into machine language, now computer can actually understand what we're trying to tell him to do. So that's the work of compiler. So the work of interpreter is this: compiler translates all of them at once. So all this task is going to be translated at once into machine code, and this code is now going to be sent, is going to be given to computer, and then computer can actually read it and understand that we are trying to tell him to do all this task. Then it's going to give us results. So it's just going to say 2 times 2 is 4, then 2 plus 2 is 4, then it's going to say 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So it's going to give us the answer. So let me now explain interpreter. So the difference between this and interpreter is that interpreter does not, taking every information at the same time. So it's like human. Let's just take a look at human interpreter. So when human is trying to interpret, information, so it's like you're gonna speak first, then I'm gonna take in everything you say, then I'm gonna interpret all of them, and then I'm gonna say it. So let's say you're speaking French and I don't speak French, I speak English. So once you speak what you want to say, let's say you're gonna speak the first statement, then I'm gonna take in that statement, I'm gonna interpret that statement in English to the person you're trying to communicate with. So it's being done stage by stage. So what interpreter do is it's gonna take the first task, it's gonna do it. So it's gonna translate this first. So it's being done stage by stage here. So it's gonna take this, it's gonna do this first, then it's gonna look again, take the second one, then it's gonna take it and it's gonna do it. So we see that it's doing it step by step, stage by stage. That's different between compiler and interpreter. Interpreter does not take the whole code and then translate all of them at once. Now it doesn't work like that. Interpreter actually do them one by one. So after this, I'm going to be explaining what is variable. I don't want this video to be very long.